Hello once again, Star Wars and Unboxing fans. Welcome to another episode of Darth Tuba Star Wars Unboxing Show. Outside, in the beautiful weather, with me, wearing the same shirt. No, I do not wear the same shirt every day. Well, sometimes. But most of the time, no. I'm just backing up recordings. Why am I doing that? Well, I can't film on the go all the time. All right, even in the summer, while I have more time in the summer, I also, as you know, I've traveled quite a bit down to Florida in July, and now we're getting into August, and now the school year is getting ready to kick up, and there's things that are going on, responsibilities that prohibit me from doing, week-to-week programming. So I've backed up since I had a lot of packages arrive while we were away. Now I'm just working on unboxing them, kind of grouping them together, unboxing them not one at a time, but a grouping at a time. Although this is a one at a time one. This is a Hot Toys figure. Very excited. And let's see if we can decipher the code. Okay, 1/6 figure. TBOBF. The Book of Boba Fett. FS. Yes, Fennec Shan. I am pretty sure, unless they sent me the wrong one, that is what we are unboxing. Fennec Shan. An awesome figure, an awesome addition to the Star Wars universe, both in Book of Boba Fett, Mandalorian, and The Bad Batch. Voiced ever so brilliantly, voiced and acted on ever so brilliantly by Ming-Na Wen is the voice currently and the actor portraying Fennec Shan. And I gotta say, I'm gonna put this aside, okay? I'm applauding. I'm gonna put a plug out there and an applaud for both Lucasfilm and Paramount for taking voice actors and putting them in the roles when the occasion calls for them to be live action. Lucasfilm has done so with Fennec Shan, Ming-Na Wen. Also is going to be doing so with Ahsoka Tano. Not Ahsoka herself, no, that would have been Ashley Eckstein, and instead they went with Rosario Dawson. I understand that move. I would have been okay with Ashley Eckstein as well, I think, but I do believe that Rosario has a little bit more of a dramatic flair, and I think that works. And I don't think a lot of people have disagreed. But Thrawn being played by the voice, I think is it Lars Mikkelsen or Mads Mikkelsen? One of the Mikkelsens is doing it and is going to be playing live action. And the reason I put a shout out to Paramount is that, for those who don't know, I'm also a Star Trek fan. I don't have a Star Trek unboxing because I don't collect Star Trek, but I do watch Star Trek, particularly Lower Decks and the cartoon and Strange New Worlds are the two current shows that I currently watch faithfully. And they just had a crossover. They just had two of the characters from Lower Decks. I know their character names, Ensign Boimler and God, I'm really having a bad time today with names. Sorry, I'm not going to pause for that one. Anyways, some two characters that rolled over into the Strange New World, which is, of course, live action, and they let the voice actors take on the roles live action. I am so excited about that. I hope that is a trend that continues and that more and more voice actor characters can roll over into live action if at all possible. I know it can't always happen, but it's nice when it can. So, Fennec Shan. We are excited about this character. I like the ambiguity of it. You have this character. It could be a villain or a hero. Because let's face it, I think one of the coolest things about what I liked about Boba Fett, the Book of Boba Fett, and I know some people, I don't know, I think some people, all right, I'm just going to say this, and I've said it on other channels. I'm talking about a Book of Boba Fett for a minute. There are people that wanted like a ruthless bounty hunter. Okay, I get that. You want a ruthless bounty hunter. But the thing is that when it comes to storytelling, the same thing goes for Anakin. You have to have a tortured person. You can't have just someone who's just plain evil. It might seem interesting at the time, but if you're going to have a story about that character, there needs to be conflict. There needs to be something about that character that is not pure evil. Because if it's pure evil, then you can't relate to that character. You can't side with that character. If you do, you might need to seek therapy because that's a problem, okay? So I felt that Book of Boba Fett took the character of Boba Fett, who was ruthless and cunning, and I liked, if you watch the Clone Wars, it kind of mapped out why he was ruthless and cunning, the kind of pain that he went through to watch his father get murdered by a Jedi. It's definitely gonna scar you. And then was raised and taught by some pretty other ruthless bounty hunters that, again, side characters, you can have that. And he was influenced by them. But then later on, after a lifetime basically of working and taking jobs, and as Boba Fett said, taking jobs for fools that he was smarter than, and he knew he could do better with. He knew that when the time came and he can get his armor back and ship back and everything, he knew that he could be a more powerful, mob boss, leader than the people that he used to work for. And Fennec Shan's story, I felt, was even more interesting because she was just a gun for hire. She was just an assassin. That's all she did. She just ended lives for money. You can't get much more ruthless than that. Even more than Boba Fett. Boba Fett was at least bringing the bounties in. Most of the time, she was just hired to take them out. So to see that even if she could have some level of loyalty to one other person, a life debt, if you will, I think that was a pretty interesting way to go about with the character. And they didn't make her all goody two shoes. Look what happened in Bad Batch. I mean, she did some serious, she was doing some serious work there as well. So, okay, again, lots of cool different things. The photorealistic sculpts on the Hot Toys are just amazing. I mean, with a certain type of camera angle at a certain way, you can really. I mean, I've posted pictures of these things, and I've included those pictures as part of the thumbnail for a video, and I have people emailing me like, where did you screenshot that? Where did you screenshot that actor? There was a picture I did of one of Carrie Fisher's Princess Leia. I don't remember that. I got people saying, I don't remember that being in the movie. Where did you get that scene? It's like, that's not a scene. That's a picture. That's me taking my cell phone and taking a picture of the character. It's amazing what they can do. All right, so this is how the figures come. Of course, all Hot Toys figures come with plenty of accoutrements. But for me, I am more interested in, I want to have like, just I got to make sure that there's nothing. Okay. Please read instruction sheet first. Now, I have been guilty of not doing that, so I'm actually going to do that really quick. I'm going to read the instructions because you should always read your instructions, right? That's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. Fennec Shan. Okay. So there's the helmet. Shows you how to do the helmet. Do we have batteries? Please tell me we don't have batteries. I don't want batteries. Blaster rifle. Oh, the knife. Okay. All right, so there's some different things in here. All right, let's just get the basic figure out. Okay, now, of course, these figures come with crazy amounts of protection because they are not... This is truly the thing. It is not a toy. It is an action figure. Okay? If there was a toy company that was that mantra, it would be Hot Toys. Because they do not make toys. They make true to form action figures. So if you try to play with it like a toy, they are not going to last. But I've always been fascinated by the evolution of 12-inch action figures. I mean, I think back to before Star Wars, it was G.I. Joe, right? And G.I. Joe had some amazing, amazing realistic figures. Whoa. Oh, my. Her bangs, her special bangs there were getting in the way. Look at that. Just look at that. I mean, seriously. Seriously, look at that figure. Look at that face. If I, push her forward and put my face back enough, it's crazy. It's just crazy good. These are also great figures to get if you want to get a perfect rendition, right? A perfect rendition of their outfit. If you want to do a cosplay, same thing they got with the details, with the hair, the color, the red, orangey red highlights in the hair. It's just amazing. But yeah, the evolution of figures to me has been absolutely insane. I think about G.I. Joe figures. My brother collected the old 12-inch G.I. Joe, and they were amazing. They really were. The realistic hair and everything. It was awesome. But then you deal with then they came out with Star Wars, and then Star Wars switched over mainly to the 3 3/4 inch. I'm going to just kind of put her in on this thing. kind of lets her rest on there, which is good. Yeah, and then they made 12-inch figures for Star Wars, which were basically just this 3 3/4 inch, like blown up, not like they do now with Gentle Giant with jumbo figures, but similar. And they just had the 5 POA and everything. They were okay. But then they came out with the collector series 20 years later when they came out in the mid-90s. And oh my God, those were incredible. We looked at those like, whoa. And they were coming out with hundreds of them, literally hundreds of them. And they were amazing. And they had all these different parts of articulation, and they had all these extra things. And we thought we had the quintessential figure. Then Sideshow comes out, and Metacom and a few other ones from other countries. But Sideshow was the American kind of release, and then you saw those versions, and you were like, "Oh my God, those are even more realistic. How could they possibly improve upon it?" And Hot Toys was like, "Here, hold my beer," and they presented what were absolutely amazing figures. So, really, really cool stuff. Now, what do I want to have? I'm going to turn her this way. Now, of course, as with Hot Toys, they kind of create the figure with the hands open. But they include a whole bunch of other hands with grips and stuff. So I'm going to do one. I think I'm going to keep her rifle in, and I'm going to do the right hand. This is always a little harder to do. And I'm going to replace the right hand with a grip, oh, that was pretty easy. And the left hand, she's got a fist. I don't want a fist. I think, do all I have are fists? All right, I think I'm going to use her oops. Oh, seriously? Really? All right, I changed my mind. The left hand doesn't want to come loose, so what I'll do, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to put her helmet in there. So I'm going to do now she comes with a lot of stuff. She comes with her sword, or with her little, get this in here. She comes with, come on, get in there. All right. She actually fits into the holster. All right. Come on. All right. I want to have her hold her helmet. So I'm just going to kind of hook it up like that and do it like that. And that didn't work. I just have to kind of get it. That works. All right. Now, there are some other things, okay? They talk about, all right. So there's instructions leading to, all right, yeah, you can actually pull apart her waist to show the stuff that she has. I think I'm only going to include one more thing. I'm just going to put it down here on the bottom. I'm going to include the spotchka, but I'm just going to include the spotchka kind of at her foot. She can grab it when she wants to grab it. As for everything else, I'm going to leave it in the package. Why? Well, a couple of reasons. Number one of these days, I plan to hold on to most of the Hot Toy figures for a while, because they're really nice and they're great high-end figures, and I just love them. It looks like, I'm trying to look at her thing and see, like, does she have anything else here? I'm trying to see if she has any other accoutrements, but I don't think so. She has just the rifle. She has a sword and a few, like, things that she throws, like, kind of in a little bag. I don't know where that bag goes, though. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, sometimes these things they do put instructions. I will give them that. And I got called out on an episode once. Like, read the damn manual. Sorry. I should read the manual. But this one, yeah, it shows where she can holster her piece. Yep, I see the holster. Yay for holsters. I love holsters. It shows how to put on her helmet, if I want to do that, which I could do that easily. But it doesn't really show, it just shows where to hide the knife. But as far as a little pouch, there's a little pouch here that she puts her little weapons in. It doesn't show where to put them, so I'm going to leave them out. And, one of these days, I've been watching a lot of people who do great displays, and they have they have those IKEA, like I do, the IKEA shelves, and they put 2 or 3 figures on each shelf, and light them up really well. And I'd like to do that someday. I think that's my ultimate goal, but we'll see. But just like this is fine. It's a great package. And again, man, they do such a great job with the photos here. They also work really well for reference. I love it. So, there we go. And I store this, and Fennec will find a place of honor amongst the other Hot Toy figures. So that'll do it. This is an amazing figure, and the looks, I just cannot get over how well they get the face sculpts now. I mean, the scanning, the photo scanning realism is just top notch. Thank you so much, Hasbro. Sorry, Hasbro, this isn't new. This is Hot Toys. Thank you, Hot Toys. Keep doing what you're doing. It's fantastic. I can't buy them all, but I do. I have a I guess you could say a quota. I try to get at least 1 or 2 a year. Now, they usually make like a dozen, but I'll try to do 1 or 2 a year. And I still have a lot of retrospectives that I want to do with some of the old Sideshow and early Hot Toys, and I'll get to them eventually. But for now, this is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Check me out on Instagram and X, and Darth Tuba Star Wars Unboxing page on Facebook. Thank you so much. Oh, check out all the other content on Red 5. And thank you, Red 5, for supporting our channel. And until next time, folks, may the Force and the toys be with you.